This is a poem touching on our present period and the signs before us of what needs to be done. The story here is that of Gautama, the prince before he becomes enlightened, before he becomes Buddha. Gautama and the signs of turning. His years turn, well-oiled, on the wheel of their pleasures, unclouded by any unsightly decay, until the day Prince Gautama rides with his driver forbiddenly beyond the palace. The road is unmanicured, potholed, jars the riders. Plants, ungardened, grow rank, misshapen. Refuse has been left to spoil and reek. Gautama is assaulted by elements all out of place, does not recognize this world as the world. Here is an old man. The wires of his body arthritically tightened, depleted, skeletal, bubbling in the shallow waters of senescence. Here is a sick man, Job covered with boils, pain infecting his every wincing motion, his eyes narrowed to the scrabbling reach for relief. The prince is not himself, but terror, upheaval. He wells with a foreign cast of emotions, alarm, revulsion, incredulity, and the thread of some thin trickling compassion. He wants to flee and wake up in his life, ensconced in the timeless time of the palace. Laid out like the obsidian tableau of a dream, bewildering, abhorrent, a turmoil of flies, a man diminished to the rotting of flesh. What is this? Pleased Gautama, sheeting his nose and his mouth with his sleeve. Death has already invaded his nostrils. What he sees cannot be skimmed from his life. He is adrift in the limbo of this moment, cannot retreat to his sybaritic days. There, in the midst of this pitch of suffering, is a man who does not avert his face from it, who is some walking pain of peace, whose life is an alien realm, a monk. Gautama begs from his eyes. This man who is apostate to all the indulgence Gautama holds dear. He is not the answer, does not hold the answer, and his gaze untethers all Gautama's confusions. The prince is ruined by what he has met. He cannot creep back to the man he has been, cannot sequester this day in his brain. He cannot opt for the smaller of knowledges. It is a day to which we wish we had not woken. The signs have displayed themselves, preempted old directions, and we are sorely nostalgic for ignorance. Grieve the lives we'd enjoy without this disclosure. Our old world has crumpled, burning paper in our hands. We have witnessed heat waves, wildfires, floods, seen the melting of glaciers, calving of ice caps, the graphs that chart the planet's fever. We have known dire prophecies encroach on our days, and we stand in a strangely vacant conversion, relinquishing our lovely, untenable lives, knowing only a blur of future before us. It is not something we would wish on anyone. We press our ears to the lips of this earth, find not hope, but hope in hope's existence. We attempt to believe in the deadest of days that creation is still where our hearts are home, where our first, our only allegiance lies. And we are late, and damage has been done. We are awash and inchoate wishes that we might live religiously here, that compassion might inhabit the sparseness of our hearts, that the future will not leave us here unvocationed. We wish for a truing of the compass of our lives, that we might not persist inimical to earth, but fall back to love with this long suffering.